coming up in this video, I will show you everything. I will give you the layout of the perfect homepage for your car wrapping business. It's been tested and shown to double your conversion rates from 9 to 20%, meaning that's doubling the amount of getting leads and clients. I will explain why it works so well and how you can tweak it for your wrap, PPF, or teen shop. At the end of the video, I will give you even more tips on how to go up to 200% for your conversion rate. But before diving in, let's be clear. What's the goal of this homepage? This page is designed to sell. It's a sales page to convert your website traffic into leads and clients. It's convincing your visitors that you are the solution to their problem. This page is not for window shoppers and tire kickers. So I'm going to go section by section, and everything you're going to see is nothing fancy. It's a blueprint. The thing I'm trying to emphasize is the information, the content, the layout, but nothing about branding or look and feel. The first one is the business information. This is the first thing that people might want to find out when they want to work with you. So that means it needs to be always there on your website, and the easiest way is at the top of your page. So here it would be the address of your shop, your hours, and your phone number. So those are the basic information that absolutely you need at the top for every single page. Next, the navigation. So pretty basic because you want to follow the web standard. If you make it hard for people to understand your website, you're going to frustrate them and they're going to be like, you know what? Bye, I'm going to see somebody else. The logo on the left, the links on the right. For your links, keep it minimal as possible and focus only for high intent buyers, meaning people who are looking for services and not looking for information. You're going to have a blog on about page, but that's going to be in the bottom of the website. But here you want to focus on helping people to find and know better about your services and not about knowledge. Right, you will find just one button because you just need to give one option for users to understand what's the best way to reach out to you. You might have a phone number, you might have your address, you might have an email, but what is the first thing you want them to do to work with you? So here, the action that I want the visitors to do is to request a free quote. But maybe for you, it can be call us now or book an appointment. Whatever it is, just choose one. Next is the intro section. The intro where I introduce the product, the service to the visitor. And here is a little test you can do for your own website. So the first question is, what do you offer? And second question is, how does it make their life better? What is the main benefit you give them? Third question is, who's your ideal audience? And then last, how do they buy it from you? So in less than 5 seconds, they help me to wrap my car for lasting protection. It's about me as a car enthusiast. How do I do it? Boom, request a free quote. I also bring 3 main benefits that will be the outcome for those leads. After working with you, what is the thing they're going to be like, all right, they are amazing, but guess what? They gave me a guarantee, they gave me durability and fast turnaround. So the reason why you have to make it so fast is because you only have a few seconds to make sure they will understand what you do and make sure you answer their needs. Right? So if you make it simple as possible, don't try to be fancy in your title. Don't try to be fancy in your presentation. You just make it clear for them to read and understand what you have to offer. I'm going to show you an example for this company called Window Tinting in Auckland, when you can see a logo at the top, pure and simple, navigation, the address, the phone number, and then homepage and services and the contact information, get a quote. That's it. Next is the little section to show that the quality of the products you are using. For example, brands we use, and then you mention the brand. So obviously you put logos, not just titles. So 3M, Luma, Expel, make sure they are showing up. Here is an example from First Class Car Wraps. We only use the absolute best, and then they put some logos. That's it. Nothing fancy, but it shows that you are using top-notch brands. Next section is interesting because most of the people, after introducing what they do and showing some authority, they jump right away into the services. But if you want to make a difference, if you want to separate yourself from the competition, and most importantly, if you want to resonate with your audience, if you want to make sure that as a visitor, all right, those guys are legit. They understand what I'm dealing with. They understand my frustrations. they're going to feel that you are the top first person I need to work with. So how do you do that? You go after their problems. Let me give you an example. When you see the doctor for a headache and you go to the doctor's office, and before to say anything, the doctor said, here is the solution for your pain. And then you reply, but hold on, I didn't tell you where was my pain. I didn't tell you if my foot hurts or if it was my head. So that feels odd. So let's do it with my example. Getting a quality car wrap can be overwhelming. Then you might show the symptoms. Too many options, unsure who to trust, unsure of finding a wrap that fits my style and budget, worried about getting lasting protection. And last, show a visual of how your ideal audience look like when they face this problem. I'm going to show you some few questions that you might think of. What problem is your customer facing? What keep your audience up late at night? How is that problem make them feel? So subconsciously, your audience is going to feel heard, understood, and seen. And your audience is not stupid. They already know those problems. But because you mentioned that, they will set you up as the first person to talk to because you really understand them. Next, you might think, let's show the services now, right? No, because now you just say, okay, I can help you with those problems, but who are you? Who are you to help me? Well, you are the guide. You are the expert. So here is a section when you explain how good you are, but don't brag, just empathize with them. I get it. I understand how painful it is to work with you. I've been dealing with these problems over 10 years with my clients, and look how good I am. So show your team. Don't hide yourself. At the end of the day, you're going to work with them. So do a video. That's the best to engage with your clients. Hey, I'm Mike. I'm in the business for the last 20 years. And remind the audience that why you are doing this. For example, here to help you design and protect your car. Maybe for you, it's custom design. It's using the last modern technology. You go crazy, but you have to mention why you are doing this job every single day. And here is an example with the purple flare wraps. They do a video when you can see their shop. And on the side, they talk about how good they've been for the last decade with their employee, but also with customers. Now let's talk about the reviews. Please don't throw in the reviews from Google or Facebook as it is, because if the last customers give a review on a ceramic coating, then people are going to think that you're just good at that. Okay. And then if they are basic, it's just saying like, hey, Mike was great. You have to use the reviews, not as just social proof, but also to leverage the benefits, the services you give. So select the reviews, show the most amazing one, if possible, with video. That would be the best because, again, that's the most engaging. Make sure to mention the city that every customer is from. So here, Pasadena, Santa Monica. If it's from Facebook, Yelp, Google, doing these tweaks will make sure that customers will see the benefits and you will gain so much trust. Now that we said how good you are and which problem you were solving, then finally you can show your services. Finally, you can say like, look, I can help you. I help those people with what? With those services. All right. And you don't need to go into details. This is not the place. You can explain those details in the service pages. So if you have a page regarding color change or PPF, you explain more about the process there. Remember, you want to make sure the experience goes fast, so you don't need to explain every single thing. You help them to have an idea. They don't need to see much. People don't care about the how, they care about the final results. As you know, people buy with their emotion. So it's not just because you show them that you have services, because your competitor might offer the same service, but you have to show and remind them what is your unique value proposition. This is the main reason why they would say, I want to work with you. So we talked about that earlier, but here you introduce them a little bit more. So here, benefits you cannot resist, and then you give a little description. So made to last. Our wraps resist scratches and fading for long-lasting beauty. Quick turnaround. Enjoy a fast installation process without compromising quality. Maybe you can say like how long it takes. Guarantee, we ensure your investment is fully protected. Here is a little checklist. You can find your own benefits. Why customers would buy from you? What benefits will make their life easier? Which benefits would make them feel smart to work with you? And I got an example from Customer App Design when they say how long they've been in business, how convenient is their location, and they are doing full pausing. Find your top 3 benefits. That will be the game changer for you to give your unique value proposition to your visitors. So what's the next section? Let's go back to the doctor. You came into my room. I heard your problem. I told you how good I am. I told you how good my patients were. I told you the solution. I told you the benefits, how good you're going to feel. You might think, okay, what's the prescription now? What's the action plan? What is the process? 3 simple steps. It might take more, but the thing is, you want to make it easy for them to understand how easy it is to work with you. Leverage the transformation. Get a free custom quote. 2, we're working our magic. You get the top quality worksheet. And 3, you enjoy your new ride. Enjoy your car like it's brand new. Each step is a benefit, and don't overcomplicate. Simplify the process in just 3 steps. Not 4, not 5, just 3. And here is an example from Bulldog Auto Detailing. Step 1, tell us about your vehicle. Step 2, pick your package. And step 3, drive away in style. Book your service. So easy. You don't need to understand what's going to happen. You can explain more in the details in those service page if you want. So at this moment, 90%, 80% of the visitors are pretty sold on your solution, but some might have some objection. And this is when you can tackle it with an FAQ, where you are showing proactive customer service by answering the common question that customers usually might have on the phone. So here, how long does a car wrap last? Or what is the cost of a car wrap? Can I see samples of the materials and colors? Or here, 360 wraps, what is a vehicle wrap? What else can you wrap? How long does it take? I would suggest to stick between 5 and 10, but don't go more than that because you don't want to overwhelm and having a whole library of questions. And now the last push, which is what is costing your visitors to not do business with you? What's the final push to motivate your leads to take action? The whole thing about this page was about protection. So I said, don't let painting stop you from protecting your car. Transform your vehicle before it's too late. Request your free quote. Response under a few minutes. You always want to finish by a final push. You don't want to finish with, oh, check out my Instagram or check out my blog. No, you want to finish with one call to action, the same action to do business with you. If they want more information, they're going to go at the next section, which is the footer. In the footer, I give more information about the shop, any resources regarding the blogs, if they want to know more about like, oh, what's the difference between a PPF and ceramic coating, etc. And service areas, if you are offering your service in multiple places. And contact. Let's say there's more that they want besides a phone number, they can reach out to the contact page. And then ending on the right with some certification to show more authority. All right, so we went over the entire homepage, but I have more to help you to go up to 200% conversion rate. Here is my first tip. Make sure your website is loading very fast. People need instant response. Forget about animations. Make sure the content is there. No need to be fancy. Make it mobile friendly. If it's hard to navigate, people are going to give up. Make it local SEO friendly to make sure people in your area can find you easily and you show higher on Google. Respect the web standards. So that means don't go crazy. Be accessible for anybody who read your website. Make sure to have good contrast. The font size is big enough to read and you should be good. So my friend, that's it. I give you all the information to build your homepage and boost your earnings. If you need help to implement it, give me a DM on Instagram and I'll be happy to reply to you. Otherwise, see you for the next video.